Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Gopikari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Stotara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindha Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Srila Prabhupada ki Prabhupada Anuga ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande, all glories of simple devotees, all glories of simple devotees, all glories of simple devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Guranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. Text 2 of Canto 1, Chapter 18. Brahmakopattithat yastu takshakat prana viplavat nasamummo horubhayat bhagavati arpita shayah. Reading from Canto 1, Chapter 18, Text 2. Brahmakopottithat yastu takshakat prana viplavat न सम्मोहो रुभयात् भगवत्की अर्पिताशयः ब्रह्मकोपोत्थितात् यस्तु तक्षकात् प्राणविप्लवात् न सम्मोहो रुभयात् भगवत्यर्पिताशयः. Brahmakopa, fury of a Brahmana, Uttitat, caused by, Yah, what was, to, but, Takshakat, by the snake bird, Prana Viplavat, from dissolution of life, Na, never, Sammu Moha, was overwhelmed, Urubhayat, great fear, Bhagavati, unto the personality of Godhead, Arpita, surrendered, Ashayah, consciousness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Furthermore, Maharaj Parikshit was always consciously surrendered to the personality of Godhead, and therefore he was neither afraid nor overwhelmed by fear due to a snake bird which was to bite him because of the fury of a Brahmana boy. A self-surrendered devotee of the Lord is called Narayana Parayana. Such a person is never afraid of any place or person nor even death. For him, nothing is as important as the Supreme Lord. Thus, he gives equal importance to heaven and hell. He knows well that both heaven and hell are creations of the Lord, and similarly, life and death are different conditions of existence created by the Lord. But in all conditions and in all circumstances, remembrance of Narayana is essential. The Narayana Parayana practices this constantly. Maharaja Parikshit was such a pure devotee He was wrongfully cursed by an inexperienced son of a Brahmana who was under the influence of Kali. And Maharaja Parikshit took this to be sent by Narayana. He knew that Narayana, Lord Krishna, had saved him when he was burned in the womb of his mother. And if he were to be killed by a snake bite, it would also take place by the will of the Lord. The devotee never goes against the will of the Lord. Anything sent by God is a blessing for the devotee. Therefore, Maharaja Parikshit was neither afraid of nor bewildered by such things. That is a sign of a pure devotee of the Lord. Om Tat Sat. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatanavitam Tan Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Furthermore, Maharaja Parikshit was always consciously surrendered to the personality of Godhead. Therefore, he was neither afraid nor overwhelmed by fear due to a snake bird which was to bite him because of the fury of a Brahmana boy. We know about the story that Shringi, Shamika Rishi's son, cursed Parikshit Maharaj. In other words, his fury, his anger, he could not control. And he showed it on Parikshit the emperor by cursing him to die. It's a very big thing to do. It is like, a very small boy, Brahmana's boy, cursing the emperor. And it takes place because he's a Brahmana. It happens like that. That is the time we are talking about. In those days, if a Brahmana speaks something, it will happen. A Brahmana speaks something, it will happen like that. So, Brahmana is very careful what to say. Others also very careful not to agitate a Brahmana unnecessarily. Because anyway, he is simply minding his own business. Yajana, yajana, patana, patana. He just does his tapasya, his learning, his teaching. And some little bit, he gets dakshina and he lives a life. He's not interfering with anybody's life much, but simply doing for people. He's a giving person. He gives to society knowledge, guides people. So rarely will such a Brahmana get very affected or angry. Unless he has become a little materialistic Brahmana. He has got bad association like that. So such a Brahmana, if he speaks something from his mouth, it will come true. Anybody, for that matter, following sadhana, strictly doing so, we must never agitate such persons, unnecessarily kindle them. They get angry and they tell you, just like this, it will happen to you. So people are very afraid. They'll always please a Brahmana. They'll serve him. They'll give him dakshina, get advice from him. This is the way. But Parikshit Maharaj, He did something to Samika Rishi which normally a Kshatriya should never do. Nobody will disrespect a Brahmana like Parikshit Maharaj did. Put a dead snake on his shoulder. So these are all things that don't happen normally in a civilized society. But it happened. How is this great Emperor Parikshit influenced to do this? Can't control his anger so much. Yeah, I'm very hungry, I'm very thirsty, and nobody is there to give me anything. And this man is sitting and meditating now as though this is the time to meditate. He thought something in his mind, not paying attention to me, a dead snake around his head. Even then, he didn't get up. He didn't come out of his trance. He made a very big mistake, Parikshit. In anger, in thirst, in hunger. Then he went back. When he went back, he was thinking, why did I do like this? The influence is some higher force on him, he understood. But this boy was a son of Samika Rishi, very nicely brought up by Samika Rishi. He could not tolerate the insult of a king to his father. So, when he heard about this is what has happened, he became very angry with all the Kshatriyas. They think they are very great. You have a kingdom, you are that, you are this. What I'll show you now. Power of a Brahmana, I'll show you. And cursed him. 7 days' time, you will die bitten by a snake. The news spread. Everybody became alarmed. What is this boy doing like this? Brahmana will never do this. The two young boy, who are you to curse the emperor? Unheard of. But he did it. He did it. Then Samika Rishi got up and then he found, okay, somebody put it. He didn't bother much. But he came to know that his son has done this. Then he told the son, oh my gosh, you have done a very big mistake. My dear son, this is not the way to do things. I have brought you up, taught you many things. Then he spoke about Parikshit Maharaj, who he is, how great are the Kshatriyas, noble people, how they are protecting our Brahmanas and everybody, and you're cursing them. It's not nice. He was feeling very bad. What will happen now? And number two, my son will suffer reaction for it. And I'm very sad that he has educated himself like this. Couldn't control himself. Samo tapas saucham. What is that shloka? Jnanam vijnana astikyam brahma karma swabhavajam. A swabhava, the nature, the qualities of a Brahmana, self-control, very important. Samo dhamas tapas saucham. Shantir arjavam evacha is very religious, very simple. But all these things have been broken by you doing this. So this is the fury of a Brahmana boy. Means the rage, the anger. Because of that he cursed. So this is a situation. It is mentioned here. Parikshit is a devotee. He has seen the Lord when in the womb only. So he is not an ordinary personality. When for some things like this happen to some people who are very intelligent, they are devotional, Krishna gives them the intelligence to understand things properly. Suhridam sarvabhutanam yatmamam shanti mrichati bhukam piswam tam yenamam upayanti te. I will give you the proper understanding from within your heart because you are my devotee. That is why if we are devotees, we will always be guided properly by Krishna or his representative. Krishna will send some information to us for guidance. And a devotee is sensitive to that guidance that is coming to him. He is able to, by his sensitivity, also recognize that is coming from Krishna. This is what I need. That buddhi, that presence of mind is also given by Krishna. So Parikshit Maharaj was wondering, why did I do this? I had never done this in my life. Something is happening. I will not do this. He was also wondering. Then when he heard that you have been cursed by Takshaka, I mean by Brahmana boy and Takshaka is going to kill you, he thought, okay, I am not going to go behind the Brahmana boy and Samika Rishi and ask pardon to Samika Rishi and this thing and all that. This is something else. Better for me to leave my kingdom, my treasury, my wealth, my family, everything, and go and do what is necessary for dying within 7 days. That is what I should do. Let's die. The arrangement of the Lord. He didn't say, yo, Yedinaldana, please give some extension. Takshaka, I'll give application. I want to do this. And nothing he did. Forget the whole thing. This is the arrangement of the Lord. It's providence. And he went to the bank of the Ganges, giving up everything and just wearing a simple cloth. And he started speaking to rishis and sages, what should I do? This has happened. So hearing the news, all sorts of people from all over came. All demigods and all came. Great personalities came because Parikshit is a very great person. They all came to analyze and do this because the whole world does not have a leader now. So big discussion and answering and wondering what all sorts of people were talking, all sorts of things. But Parikshit was focused. World and management and leadership, you people look after. No, I'm going to look after myself. What I should do within 7 days because I'm going to die. I'm not bothered about anything else. I focus. He became very focused. And Krishna rightfully sent Shukadeva Goswami to him. All this was arrangement by Krishna so that the Bhagavatam will be spoken. So Shukadeva Goswami arrived there, very dramatically described in the Bhagavatam, fully naked person, 16-year-old, very beautiful looking boy, very attractive to look. He came and he gave him a seat, he sat down and started asking him questions. And 7 days passed, day and night, discussing Krishna, discussing so many things. He was totally absorbed, Parikshit Maharaj. And then in the 12th canto, there is description about Maharaj Parikshit passing away. And the last instructions of Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit. That's also very wonderful. Parikshit Maharaj is going to pass away. And Shukadeva Goswami is asking, is there any other question you want to ask from me? I've answered all your questions. And he tells Parikshit, Tattu Rajan Marishyeti Pashu Buddhi Mimam Jahi. Marishyeti, that I will die, that feeling. You give up that feeling. Pashu Buddhi Mimam Jahi, this animalistic intelligence, you give up. Don't think like an animal. You will not die. And no moreover, you have been hearing about Krishna. You just fix yourself on Krishna. Deeply meditate and become absorbed. This is the best thing you should do now. He gives him advice, and Parikshit actually glorifies Shukadeva Goswami. He says, thank you very much. You've done such great service to me, answered all my questions and put me on the right track. He goes into deep meditation, Parikshit. Becomes totally engrossed in Krishna. Because he has heard so much about Krishna. He can engross himself in anything, all those pastimes. So he hears and becomes engrossed. Takshaka, he comes at the right time. The Bhagavatam is explained that Takshaka came dressed as a Brahmana. And on the way he saw Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa Muni is a great expert on antidote for poison. He knows anybody gets bitten by any poisonous thing, he knows how to take it out. So seeing Kashyapa Muni, Takshaka became very worried. Who? I will bite Parikshit and he will bring him back to life. Then it is an insult for me. My bite, people should die. I am great. I have this poison with me. I am Takshaka. He was feeling great. So seeing Kashyapa Muni, he said, this fellow should not be here. He immediately went and met him and smiled to him and said that I heard that you are very good at poison. Actually, I am Takshaka. Kashyapa Muni also say, oh, you are Takshaka. I want to test you, whether you can. So it seems that Takshaka, a big tree, blossom with flowers and fruits, very strong tree. He went and bit that tree and the tree became bhasma into ashes. And he told Kashyapa Muni, what can you do about that? Kashyapa Muni went into meditation, chanted mantra and sprinkled water on the tree and put, the tree came back. Takshaka became afraid. Oh, is this too much? My poison, you know, how antidote for my poison also. And immediately said, very wonderful, very nice. I'm very pleased with you. And gave him gifts. So many gifts, costly things now he gave. Thank you very much. You didn't want to come, don't come this side, go that side only. Keep going. Keep going. You didn't tell him anything about anything. He muscowed him nicely, gave him lot of gifts and said, you're great, you're that, you're this and all that. Kashyapa Muni felt nice and went back home. He said, Tata, bye bye. Went to Parikshit Maharaj and bit him. Poof! Parikshit Maharaj burned. You can see that picture. But it is mentioned, Takshaka was only biting the dead body almost of Parikshit. Parikshit already absorbed in Krishna and left. So Parikshit was not afraid. Mentioned here. Furthermore, Maharaj Parikshit was always consciously surrendered to the personality of Godhead. Therefore, he was neither afraid nor overwhelmed by fear due to snake bird which was to bite him because of the fury of the Brahma. You must understand that he was not afraid of dying. Fear of death, not there. That's why Yukadeva Goswami told him, Pashu Buddhi me Mahamjali. Don't keep on thinking I'll die, I'll die. Your spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna, how you will die? Foolish. That is animal, thinking I am this body. So he did like that only. And he went back to Godhead. Although it is mentioned that Takshaka bit him. Externally, it looks like Takshaka bit him and he died. Actually, Takshaka cannot kill Parikshit. Takshaka cannot interfere in the path of Parikshit going back to Krishna. Who is Takshaka? Krishna has decided to take Parikshit back. Whatever news come in the newspapers about this or died like this, or snake bite, does not matter. Inside what has happened, Krishna had taken him back to God. It doesn't matter. How he dies does not matter. That is a matter of detail for the material world. It's a matter of detail for the material world. But the fact is, Krishna took him back. And he is very happily situated in this spiritual world. No, but you died by a snake bite. So what? Some reason has to be there for the soul to leave the body. It happens in some way. Even Krishna got bitten. Krishna got struck by an arrow of a hunter and he died. And he left. Even he himself did some leela like that. If you want, you can also think, oh, actually, the person who killed God is the hunter. He killed God. God died. This is the very simplistic, foolish understanding we have. So many people die. I remember when one of our very senior devotees, Prabhupada disciple, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, passed away in Mayapur. I was there. An accident. He was going to the airport and the sumo, that vehicle, crashed headlong and he was sitting in the front. Immediately he passed away. His body was brought and we were all very surprised because it happened so fast. And people were, some of them were so stunned. They didn't know what to do. But why is he passing away by accident? It's a very wonderful devotee, done so much of service to Prabhupada and all that. But there were a lot of discussions there. And so what it matters if he goes by accident or snake bite or something happened or this happened. That's all matter of detail. Prabhupada has taken him back. You want to use Tamal Krishna Maharaj for some other place, some other preaching. He's taken him back. The rest is a matter of detail. So some people say, how can devotee, pure devotee get bitten by snake? Why not? How come pure devotee die? How can pure devotee go to the hospital? How can pure devotee wear glucose and all put in? Oh my gosh, he's pure devotee. Pure devotee what? Pure devotee means what? Even Krishna is passing away from this world. All those things are matter of material detail. But people who can see Pashyan Ati Pashyati Namudo, the fools are not able to see how Krishna is taking the devotee back to Godhead. You may be sitting here and thinking this, that. That Parikshit Maharaj's consciousness is fixed on Krishna. He will go back to God. Right? The rest is a matter of detail. Heart attack came, you passed away. You went to the hospital and you passed away. And snake bit you, passed away. Dog bit you and you passed away. It's all just a matter. It's all some excuse for whatever has to happen has to happen. So, one day we will die. Some reason will come, we will die. It may be because of diabetes, it must be because of hypertension, it may be because of this, that. But dying is separately, it's definitely going to happen to you. Definitely going to. How I will die, that you don't have to be afraid of. How I will die, you don't have to be afraid of. One person told me, prestigious cancer, அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது சும்மா சர்வசாதாரணமா தப்புன்னு அவர் கேன்சர்ல செத்து போயிட்டார், அவர் ஹார்ட் அட்டாக்ஸ், இந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது ஒரு டைட்டில் சும்மா எங்கேயோ ஹாஸ்பிட்டலில் செத்து போயிட்டாருங்க, சடனாக காலம்புரை பார்த்தா இட்ஸ் நாட் தேர். ஐ டோன்ட் லைக் டு டை லைக் ப்ரெஸ்டீஜியஸாக ஒரு நல்ல வியாதி வந்து I said, yeah, very good. There is a lot of choice of vyadis. You can pick what you want. Whatever you like, and you can pray, I want to die out of cancer. You can get it if you want. This is foolishness. You must be worried about the fact that you're going to die, not about how you will die. Not about how you will die. I'm going to die. This is going to end. It's a reality. So, how much can I do for Krishna as Seva? How I can think of Krishna, how I can be deeply meditating on Krishna. These are all the concerns of a devotee. Before I have to leave this body, I want to be absorbed in Krishna, I want to do maximum service for Krishna, I want to, distribute books, I want to be able to read all the books of Prabhupada, I want to do so many things for Krishna, for devotional service. That is what they will be thinking of. Serious devotees. Seriously, they will be thinking of, Krishna will take me away, I want to perform my service now and after also. Their thinking is very different. I am not worried about dying. Anyway, I will die. But before death, I will accomplish seva to Krishna like this. I will become fixed in Krishna like this. These are all the thoughts of a devotee. Parikshit Maharaj is filled with such thoughts only. He was not worried about dying. Not at all worried about dying. He took the decision, yes, let's go. It's time for us. Krishna is making arrangement for me to go now. He recognized it and he got ready, prepared for it and left. So you must get notice and you must start preparing for it, successfully prepare for it and leave the world. And don't think this is only meant for Parikshit Maharaj. It's meant for all of us. So, but notice எப்போ வருங்க? When will Takshaka tell me when is the notice? There is no notice required. The Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that all glories to Shukadeva Goswami who saved Maharaj Parikshit from the bite of the snake of material existence. The snake of material existence. He got freed from that by Shukadeva Goswami's special mercy. Because Shukadeva Goswami, when he is leaving itself, he knows that now he will make it. He'll go back to God. He has prepared himself. So are we prepared to actually pass away? Right? That's a question that we should ask ourselves. And what is necessary to be prepared? So many devotees are going back to Godhead. Krishna is arranging for them. He is arranging Harinam Sankirtan, he is arranging for them to remember Krishna. Devotees will be surrounding them, chanting Hare Krishna, feeding them prasadam, making sure that they get the benefit. It's all arrangement of Krishna only. We were discussing in the sessions of Bhakti Vedanta that I was doing that the Varaha Purana, the Sri Vaishnavas always quote that nice shloka, wherein it is mentioned that if my devotee even is not able to remember me at the time of death, I will come and remind him to think of me. I will make it possible for him to remember me. Even if he forgets, even if he's in a difficult situation, I will come and do the needful for him. See? So Bhishma Dev also, you can see that Krishna appeared before he died, before he passed away. So it's a nice story, Parikshit Maharaj. It's all about death. We must prepare ourselves. And we must be busy hearing Krishna Katha, being absorbed in Krishna. We don't know when death will occur. It is better to remain absorbed in Krishna, Prabhupada said. We asked a question, is it possible that there is a possibility that tomorrow you may die? Many said, yeah. Especially now in COVID times, many people say, yeah, quite possible. I will die by COVID or something. Everybody was ready. I'm going to. So therefore he said, now you are old, that means. Don't wait for old age. It's not that only after you become old you will die. You can die anytime. In Kali Yuga especially, all sorts of crazy things happen. So it may be necessary for us to remain prepared. Remain prepared. How not to be afraid? If you are completely absorbed in Krishna, in chanting the holy name, in serving Krishna, in remembering Krishna, then you won't be afraid. You won't be afraid. Krishna will come and do the needful. These are the lessons we can learn from this wonderful Bhagavatam and the story of Parikshit Maharaj. Om Tat Sat. Today I have to go early somewhere for the program. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki.